That's E-News, 8 o'clock Tuesday.
In sports tonight, Sunday, February 8th, Greg Norman says, "Show me the trophy. I paid for it, now I've finally won it." Adam Gilchrist says, "Show me the boundaries, and I'll give you 118 ways to beat the Kiwis." Craig Lowndes and Mark Scaife say, 1-2, Holden will do. If only we could hear them. And how do you say it? Well, it's Nagano. It's also hard, you know, but we'll fit it all in on Sports Tonight. Hello, I'm Matthew White. Welcome to Sports Tonight. We'll start with a brain teaser. How on earth do you run a tournament, run a business, run into a presidential sex scandal, run aground one day, then run rings around the rest to win the tournament that started all this in the first place? Well, try this. Change your name to Greg Norman. There's hardly another golfer in the world who could do all that and say at the end that he actually enjoyed it. Today, the Shark took us on another roller coaster at the Australian golf course, staging a dogfight with Jose Maria Olazabal to finally win the event that carries his name.
With a healthy paycheck up for grabs, there's nothing these golfers wouldn't do. Stuart Thompson eventually finding his ball, and three others. Playing partner Steve Elkington having no such trouble, while Jack Nicklaus finished early with a final round 3 under. Proof there's still life in the ageing bear.
May just be the last time we see him here playing competitive golf.
A drop of rain didn't stop the crowd swamping on the leaders. Norman getting them all excited with 3 birdies from the first 4 holes.
Sand wedge and a beauty.
Ahead, Elkington birdied 14 through 17 to equal the course record 64. The Norman Olazabal duel hotted up, the Spaniard giving himself some breathing space at 10, only to be matched by Norman, who birdied 11 and 12 to move 1 ahead.
Left of the flag fading back, it looks great.
Oh, what a marvellous shot from Greg Norman.
Olazabal fell back to the field after a bogey at 13, while Norman went 3 up.
This is heading just right of the flag.
Oh! That has nearly spun back in.
A stumble at 16, and the Sharks' grip loosened. A bogey leaving him with a 2-shot lead. Olazabal found the trees on 17, and everything was going Norman's way.
Going left.
He strode the 18th a breath away from victory.
All that much more significant.
On 18, Olazabal needed this for an eagle, and his playing partner to 3-putt. But it wasn't to be. The Shark was home in his own tournament.
It was a 67 today from Norman, but really yesterday's 64 was the round that got him there. Steve Elkington knocked in 8 birdies to equal the Sharks' day-old course record. They were low scores all round, reflecting the good weather and soft greens. The Shark reflecting on a great finish to a hard week.
Yeah, it's been a hard week, I must admit that. And, I'm very pleased and very relieved. I flicked the switch on with concentration and focus, and I wasn't going to let anything get in. It didn't get in today either at all. The only time, I guess, if I let my mind wander away from the moment that I was in, I was walking down the 10th fairway wanting to know if Elkington had made a birdie at the last, because I really didn't want him to break my course record, because you know, you work hard for it, you don't want to see it stand for 20 hours and then it's gone. So I'm glad he tied me, not beat me. That was as good a round as I think I've played probably in 10 or 15 years. Under the circumstances where you have to really get yourself mentally back into it, because I was really mentally out of it. And then actually to do it and then get out there and play the way I played, I put that very, very high on my list right now.
Well, after a terrible tour here, the New Zealand cricket team probably thought returning home was a good idea. Wrong. You see, the problem was that Australia followed them and hammered them in the opening match of the one-day series. It was a 7-wicket win in Christchurch, Adam Gilchrist stealing all the glory with an amazing century.
With New Zealand winning the toss, the Kiwis tried their luck with Ricky Ponting in the covers. Howe, slow to start gambling. Astle put all his chips down.
Super shot! Could go all the way, just short.
The Aussies denied a breakthrough until the 8th over.
Oh, he's chopped it down onto his stumps.
The Kiwis continuing to play a game of chance. Howell surviving to post his 50 in just his third one-day international. The feeling didn't last long.
He's gone straight away.
3 for 109 when Robertson tempted Perora.
And Bevan is coming in, takes the catch comfortably.
Robertson disposing of Fleming single-handedly, had 3 wickets in the space of 5 runs. McMillan, the next to go, caught short. Cairns caught by Adam Dale, combining with his skipper.
In the air, straight down the throat of square leg.
With urgency, Harris and Nash lifted the run rate. Harris pushing too hard, falling to the hands of Lord.
Tried to swing it onside. He's gone, good catch.
Nash, with a boundary off the last ball, had the target set at 213. A solid run chase from Gilchrist and Mark Waugh, 29 off the first 5 overs. The two got comfy. After 10, had amassed 60 runs. Gilchrist, with 4s and 6s aplenty, did nothing but frustrate the Kiwis. Mark Waugh did the same. That is, until he charged at Vittori, ending a 146-run stand. Gilchrist almost fell the next ball. Moody with a quick-fire 17.
Goodness me. Target practice.
Soon stopped by McMillan. Gilchrist with 10 boundaries and 4 sixes in his 100.
And congratulations, Adam Gilchrist.
He is trying to end it all with a 6. Gilchrist ended his own innings. It was left to Ponting and Lehman to close out.
And if you're a Kiwi, look away now because this one's ugly. Gavin Robertson was terrific with the ball, but Gilchrist was Superman with the bat. In the end, the Aussies needed only 38.2 overs to win it. On the domestic scene, revenge for New South Wales over Tasmania. Yesterday, the Blues lost a Shield game to the Tigers. Today, an easy win in the one-dayer. And rookie Kevin Geyer made the most of it. 92 not out. And by the way, he's been called into the Blues Shield squad. He also starred in the field with a sensational run-out that stunned the Tasmanians. Earlier, Rodney Tucker went for the big hits, but the top-order batsman's 66 was a rare highlight. In the Winter Olympics, Russia and the Netherlands lead the medal table on day 2. Several Aussies were in action in the freestyle moguls and in snowboarding.
It was a memorable moment in snowboarding history, but one Australian Zeke Stegel would rather forget. On the day he and his sport first competed in the Winter Olympics, he slid out early in his first run of the giant slalom. He continued on, but lost several valuable seconds. The weather closed in for the second and final run. Zeke Stegel with no choice but to go for broke. Again, he lost control.
He's in trouble.
Stegel finishing 28. The Canadians took the inaugural gold medal, Ross Rabagliati skimming over the slope, sliding into the finish and a place in history. In the freestyle moguls, Aussie Adrian Costa took on the bumps in the elimination round. A slight wobble between the jumps cost him dearly. Costa coming in 21st. Only the top 16 go on to the final. 30-year-old Australian Maria Despard also failed to qualify, finishing 23rd from 25 competitors. The moguls are never easy, but one skier had a tougher trip than the rest. Landing awkwardly, he hit his head with his knees, receiving a bigger uppercut than he'd get from Mike Tyson. Russian Vitaly Glushenko with a painful disqualification.
Well, the V8 supercars did their stuff at Symmons Plains today, and we'll be Holden on next for a 1-2 finish from Holden in the latest round of the Australian Touring Car Championships. And also coming up, today's feature racing from Flemington. Stick around.
Wednesday, don't miss the season return of the X-Files. At 8:30, the sensational cliffhanger from 97. Then at 9:30, countdown to the shocking season premiere. The X-Files returns 8:30 Wednesday on 10.
Finally, there's a business banking package where everything falls into place. With big reductions in rates, big savings on establishment fees, and better ideas from a manager who's big on your business. It's 3 award-winning products in one unique small business package. To pick up the Small Business Gold package, call the 1997 Bank of the Year. ANZ.
New Uniball Signo, the world's first retractable gel ink pen.
Win your Valentine a heart-thumping, pulse-racing red MG sports car in the Advertiser this week. For your entry form and details, see Monday's Advertiser, then collect your coupons each day. Don't miss the Advertiser on Monday. The Advertiser, today's newspaper.
The riders came from near and far to see the legend true. 'Twas the name on each man's lips, but no one mentioned who. On and on and on they rode, so intent they dare not blink. For this day they sought the place to stop and buy a drink. There was movement at the station all right, for word had passed around that Clancy's Liquor drive-thrus had the best deals in town. Clancy's Liquor, cracking good prices.
Over 3,000 loungers, only at the Cornu. Not one, but two sofas, only $3.99 the pair. Save $600 on these big pillow suites. Should be $15.99, only $9.99 at Le Cornu's. Love it.
Be a partner in life and help save the lives of people with leukemia by giving to the Leukemia Foundation. Please phone 1-800-620-420.
Leukemia, there is a cure. Help us find it. Welcome back. Quinella for the Holden Racing Team. Craig Lowndes and Mark Scaife going 1-2 in the second round of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Jason Bargwanna was third. And in a daily double for HRT, Lowndes and Scaife also head the overall championship standings.
A frantic start to the first of three races. Glenn Seaton stealing the lead from pole sitter Mark Scaife. Local favourite John Bow striking more than just trouble. As Scaife pushed Seaton's lead, more problems for Bow. This time he was forced out of the race. Seaton going on to win from Scaife and Craig Lowndes. Lowndes cutting right between the frontline pair in race 2.
But on the front row and I've lost spots every time to the first corner, so there'll be a bit of practice involved now, mate.
That start was unbelievable.
Thanks, Mark. It was something I've been trying to practice. Obviously, 96, we had 3 good starts here. We didn't have our best qualifying, so we've had to make up with the starts, and obviously race 2 was going to be a difficult one. We're starting in the second row still, but luckily enough, the two front guys, Glenn and Mark, I guess kept me enough room to go straight to the middle. Lowndes was never headed. Scaife passing Russell Ingall for second. And while Lowndes dominated race 3, the fight for second was the highlight. Russell Ingall, the big loser. And there was worse to come for Ingall, a clash with Jason Bright, as Lowndes claimed consecutive rounds of the championship. While in the Superbikes, Greg Moss did his best to upstage the V8s. More than 500 angry rugby league fans gathered at Balmain Leagues Club in Sydney today, voicing their concerns about this year's United competition, the National Rugby League.
We are comfortable of what's going on and we're going to fight.
While peace has been declared, supporters of the loyal Sydney clubs are still passionately against any mergers. The 20-team comp will be cut to 16 by next year. No hope for Australian teams in the International Sevens tournament in Adelaide tonight. This is rugby union. David Campese's Black Falcons were our best hope, but they lost to New Zealand's North Harbour in the quarterfinals. In the final, Fiji's BA province, which earlier beat New South Wales 41-7, defeated County New Zealand 19 points to 12. Straight on to the NBL, one game played today. South East Melbourne beating Adelaide by 2 points at the Powerhouse. Darnell Mee top scoring in a losing side with 27. Brett Wheeler returned to Adelaide as a bogeyman, but he quickly overcame any nerves. The scores were tight and tension quickly surfaced as well. The Magic edged out to an 11-point lead during the second term, but the Sixers whittled that away to trail by 5 at the final change.
Darnell Mee just...
But the Magic's composure saw them home. They won it 96 points to 94. And Australia is leading the Netherlands 2-0 at half-time in the fourth and final hockey test match in Perth. The Hockeyroos holding a 2-1 advantage in that series. Well, Sunday racing was a blessing for a young general with a big future. His name, General Nadim, and today at Flemington, The General scored his first Group 1 victory, the Lightning Stakes.
Irish Day at Flemington, the flavour of the moment, the Guinness Lightning Stakes.
For a start, stalls are back. General Adiem has bounced brilliantly.
In the absence of scratched sentimental favourite Mahogany, General Adiem and Notoire leading out on the rain-affected track.
General Adiem is starting to pick him up on the outside rail. He'll get up the General. General Adiem wins nearly a length, Notoire.
Outside rail tactics working for the General, the colt scoring its first Group 1 win by 2 1/4 lengths from Notoire and Show No Emotion.
No, great, super. Travelled great. He really just went so well. It was really thrilling.
And while pride was on the line for the strong men in the Garden, the stakes were higher on the track. Shane Dye upstaging big-name contenders in the 1,600-metre Group 2 Blamey Stakes. Perth galloper Willoughby ahead of Rustic Dream and Royal Blue.
But it's Rustic Dream, the leader. Willoughby cutting him down with every stride. Willoughby lifts and gets up.
From Sunday racing to a summer's Sunday at the beach. After this, the
Over 3,000 lounges, only at Le Cornu. Luxury leather Chesterfields, big 3-seater, only $12.88. And sink into these velvet recliner suites, only $19.99 at Le Cornu's. Save $500.
The 1998 Telstra Adelaide Festival presents an unrivalled opportunity to see the best theatre in the world. From Belgium, the breathtaking production Snake Song Le Pouvoir by Need Company. Following a sellout season in New York, Irish-born actor Fiona Shaw performs T.S. Eliot's The Waste Land and the incredible outdoor spectacle from India, Uttar Priyadashi, and many, many more. Book at Bass. And for more information, grab your cabbie's guide to the festival.
What's your credit card done for you lately? Is it earning its place in your wallet or purse? Well, now there's a credit card that makes your wallet really perform. It's a MasterCard, so you can use it just about everywhere, but at participating Shell service stations, this MasterCard pays you back in Shell petrol, because it's a Shell MasterCard. And your free petrol payback is available every month. Shell MasterCard. It makes your wallet really perform. Call now or pick up an application at participating Shell service stations.
Millions of Australians suffer from a serious dandruff problem. They've been using shampoos that don't treat the cause of dandruff. Nizoral is the treatment that actually controls dandruff because it deals with the cause, not just the symptoms.
Win your Valentine a heart-thumping, pulse-racing red MG sports car in the Advertiser this week. For your entry form and details, see Monday's Advertiser, then collect your coupons each day. Don't miss the Advertiser on Monday. The Advertiser, today's newspaper.
If you think there'll never be another Ash Wednesday...
Despite warnings all year by the CFS, the worst fires in living history are raging across the state of...
This year, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the worst.
Welcome back. Surfboat rowing is undergoing a personality change. For starters, women have entered this blokey domain. Lisa Curry-Kenny, just one who wishes she discovered the sport earlier. And now the rowers want more exposure.
The sport is uniquely Australian. It's kangaroos, koalas, and we believe surfboats.
The boaties also believe they deserve a higher profile. In Surf Lifesaving's Glamour Stakes, they're sick of running second to the Ironmen.
I mean, the Ironmen don't put their sluggers up their arse, do they? No, I don't think they will. We just want a bit more recognition, I think.
It's starting to become a really elite sport now. Technique-wise, there's no different to the technique these guys are rowing now into the Olympic rowing.
We have everything to offer.
We train just as hard, and I think it's a very appealing sport to the public.
Yeah, it is very scary in the big surf.
The amount of surf lifesavers that go to the national titles, I think nearly 2/3 of them are boat rowers.
You think the boat rowers are as good looking as the Ironmen?
Oh, for sure. If I could get to see a bit of my butt cheek.
Following in the footsteps footsteps of their richer Ironmen cousins, the boaties have decided to go it alone, forming the Australian Surf Rowers League.
Yeah, we're not exactly split. I mean, we've broken away for a reason. We've always been in the shadow of the Ironman, and we've been treated like the poor cousins, and we've decided to take our sport to a next dimension. And we spoke to Australian Surf Lifesaving. They've endorsed our event.
Looking to the future, the league found a sponsor, EPAS Superannuation, and today held its inaugural Australian Open event. Next year it plans a Grand Prix series featuring the top 16 crews. In the year 2000, the league wants its sport showcased at the Sydney Olympics.
We want to expose our sport to a lot of the Olympic rowers who come here for the year 2000. We'll have an invitation event on down the track straight after the Olympics.
But back to the present, New South Wales crew Swansea Belmont won the men's open, while Queensland's Alexandra Headland took the women's event.
From the surf to the ice now for NHL results, and LA, Dallas and Lewis posted solid wins. While over the page we go, you had to be quick. Tampa Bay, Buffalo also had wins. Ottawa drew with Pittsburgh, as did Phoenix with New York. Calgary and Vancouver getting the points as well. In Colorado, Philadelphia found the net from the power play early. The home side equaling that effort. This solid drive. And so we move ahead. It's 2-2. Then a slick set play got the Avalanche off the hook.